Uber drivers. That's a legitimate business and economic pursuit to provide transport services to the public across Australia, across the world. What's wrong with that? A bit of economic competition in the provision of services. They provide a safe service, cost-efficient service. And these taxi drivers protesting in Western Australia, cabbies demand Uber be driven out of WA. A lot of these taxi drivers are foreign men, Muslim men. They are dangerous to women. I'm sorry, there's no sympathy from me. The police know the recorded reports of sexual violence against women in taxi drivers has escalated in the thousands across the country. So women do not feel safe in these taxis. Uber provides a cost-efficient and effective service, a safe service. They employ a lot of women drivers. They have a vision to employ 1 million women drivers across the world in their company. Fantastic. Well done. Excellent. And you've got idiots like Dean Nolder goes out there and says, well, we're going to prosecute these Uber drivers and the Uber company, more fines. It does nothing. They should abolish the fine system. People do something serious enough, violent enough and destructive enough, they go to prison. But stealing from the public is not doing anything, and that's all they use those fines for, to make money. So Nolder is completely in the wrong. He's a coward, and he's already proven his economic corruption in the investments that he's gaining economic gain from political spending in Western Australia, and people like Mike Nayan, who's not Australian, he's American, and he's the State Treasurer of WA. He should be removed from the Parliament and deported. Having nearly half of the politicians in Australia, federal and state politicians, not born in Australia. Australian politicians, federal and state, should only be Australian-born citizens, because that's a takeover. They engage in treason, and they'll promote and support their own ideologies and practices, and are taking over a nation. What nation in the world lets people go to their nation and become politicians and start destroying the rights, freedoms and interests of the people born there? Well, Australia does that. So all politicians in our parliaments who are not born in Australia should be removed from our parliaments and deported, because they engage in treason, they serve the rich, they serve themselves, they serve their own foreign, non-patriotic interests, and they should be removed. It's disgusting, and it's a genocidal globalisation practice that politicians in Australia practice, and in all Western nations, that they bring in foreigners to vote for them and work for them, and they kill off and torture and steal from and use violence and destroy the rights, freedoms and interests of the Australian-born people. That's what globalisation, politics, economics and society is. And they are deliberately doing it to keep their power, to keep their control and to keep their wealth. And that's what the Australian politicians do. Liberal, Labor, Greens and Nationals politicians are all globalisation politicians who destroy the rights, freedoms and interests of their own born citizens and bring in foreigners to work for them and vote for them. And that's how they keep their power. They deserve to be put in prison for that. And all their other crimes, all their economic corruption, all their crimes against the Aboriginal people, all their crimes against Australia's poor people, against women, against children, they're disgusting. It's so evil, and they've got the public so controlled and frightened, and with a barrel over their head all the time, a gun to their head, the politicians, what they do to the public. Well, the voting public need to rise up and fight against it. And you need to vote, Australian citizens. Join Voter Rights Party. We're fighting for the rights of Australian voters and citizens across the nation for all sorts of issues. So fill in our membership form, join us, help us, vote for us. We need candidates. And I'm not just saying this for political gain or economic gain. Look at this suit I wear. This is the only suit that I wear. Beware the $1,000 plus suits in the parliaments and in the government, and the $5,000 plus suits. They're there for power, for economic gain. They're serving 5% of the population, and that's it. And that's the very rich, and that's all they're serving. And they'll destroy everyone else. They will kill, torture, steal, lie, cheat, rape, pedophile for power and money and control, these politicians, and that's what they do.